bunch of different characters, including Aztec Guy with Glasses, Video Game Confessions, Bum Reviews, and best known Nostalgia Critic. Applaud! Who the hell are you?
I'm Brad Jones. I produce an animated series through TuneWorks called Lloyd. I do a show called Midnight Screenings. Something called the Cinema Snob. I don't know. I also do that in my spare time, among many other shows.
Including another movie coming up called Jesus Pro.
Yes.
Just got funded.
It just got totally funded. Hell yeah.
So, cool. How about down there?
My name is Tamara Chambers, and I am on the Nostalgia Critic.
Short and sweet, just like a real person.
Aww.
I'm Barney. I'm on the Nostalgia Critic. I play the devil, and I'm a voice actor.
Oh my god, that's the first time I heard that come in.
And I'm Barney Walker. I'm also a producer. I produced Rob and Doug along with their mother sitting over there. And I am the channel's chief decomposer for the big music projects. And Jim J. Ross and I work building sets and doing all sorts of stuff to make Doug really look good because he needs it.
I really and like I said before, if there's a question you don't get asked here, I kind of think we're going to get through all the questions fine. But if there is a question it's not answered, we're doing signings over on the American side later tonight. I think it's at 7 or 7:30. You know, check your schedules and everything. So we'll be doing signings over there. We'll have prints and DVDs, all sorts of good stuff. Bring American money if you can. So, cool. Yeah, so this is just a straightforward Q&A. We're just going to answer you guys' questions. And if you can't hear us, just let us know. We'll try to be louder. We're pretty loud and obnoxious, but we can be even more loud and obnoxious for you. So, cool. Yeah, whoever has a question, just go ahead and raise their hand. Not one question. That's amazing. Yes.
Okay, so this is for Doug and Tamara. Both have really good singing voices.
Thank you.
I was wondering, what's your musical background both here?
Our musical background, I took a few singing lessons from a friend of the family, and but didn't do it die hard or anything. She just sort of taught me like the basic, like use quick 1 second like music lesson. Use the dome. That's always what they say, and that's like the roof of your mouth. If you can have the air kind of go through that, your voice immediately sounds 10 times better. So that's always like the main one thing I took from that. But honestly, I have a voice, it doesn't have much direction. That's where somebody like my dad and my mom can help me out, or even Rob Scallon. A lot of times, like when I'll record a song, he'll direct it in a right way, because it's a nice sounding voice, but it's not always good at hitting the notes. So if I wanted, I could take more music lessons and get it down more, but it's comedy. If it sounds bad, it's even funnier. So.
I like went to school for musical theater, and I was like, I'm just gonna do theater. I'm not gonna do film, because I'm so cool, and like all I do now is film. So, yeah, I went to school for musical theater.
Cool. Another question.
The motorcycle outside is a question.
Oh, what was that? What was that?
I was saying something earlier.
Oh.
You might go ahead and...
Oh, ask it?
hand you something.
Oh, hand me something? Sure, it's not ticking, is it?
Yeah, I knew it.
It's a bad playing card! I'll kill you! Oh my gosh, look at this! This is really cool! It's like Batman and Bruce Wayne on there and stuff. Oh my god, look at that! That's so cool! Nice! Just show it to your camera, look at that! That's so cool. Oh, do I have to give it back?
Yeah, it's kind of private.
Okay. Where'd you get that though? Where'd you get those? Is that like?
Sure.
Oh, wait, where'd you get those? Are they like at stores?
This is actually my aunt. She's a big fan of this.
She's a big fan. You have a cool aunt. Oh my god, I just want to look at these. Oh my god, they have like the Kim Basinger as the queen and stuff. Oh my god.
And they have the Batmobile as the ace, I think.
Now this is just confusing. All right, you have Joker. It's the Joker and Batman card. I don't get that. So you can be like, you know, haha, Joker, but it's also Batman. So. Fight, I don't know. Alright, cool. Yeah, those are cool. Sorry, I'm distracting you. Those are very, very awesome.
No, it's cool.
I will definitely, I'm going to see if I can buy those, because those are...
Same here.
Yeah, aren't those awesome? Those have got to be recent, right? They're not like when the movie came out or anything. Are
Not
they?
maybe when the movie came out, but I.
Oh, they were? Oh, okay.
I think you can still get them.
Oh, yeah. No. I'll look at that. So cool. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I got an old chewing gum.
Cool. All right. Next question. Oh yeah. Yes.
Have you guys tried poutine yet?
Oh, I tried poutine a couple times when I've been here. I love it. There was actually a place in near my town called Burger Antics, and they had a poutine burger, where it was a burger with no bun, but it was covered in like curds and maple syrup, and every American you tell about that, they're like, ew! I'm like, no, that sounds amazing, because I know this works. This really works, that's amazing. So, how many of you guys tried poutine yet?
No.
Not yet. At Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I love how half the people are like, yeah, you never had people like, I'm sorry.
We had mystery meat for breakfast.
Yeah, we had we did have the hotel breakfast buffet, which was a big mistake. Again, the American time. So the Canadian cooked it fine. Americans. So no, I'm sure they'll try. Yeah, let's go nerd. Yeah, James made it.
I have a question. I was wondering if you ever considered releasing a censored version of your show. So if you want to do a censored version, can listen to a censored version. And of course, the uncensored version would always be available.
I like what Malcolm just said. He said be one long beep. No, if I'm right, I think somebody does that on YouTube. If you type in like Nostalgia Critic Censored, I think somebody actually does put those together, which I'm not against. I mean, there are times where I see like little kids watching my show, I'm kind of like, it's not meant for you.
On my end, I'm like, who's like, all right, I want to watch a review for E.T. the porno, but cut out the dirty thing.
So we have no plans for it, but I think people are doing it anyway, so I mean, I'm sure they're on there.
You'll make your mother happy.
Yeah, I'll make my mom happy. So, cool. So another question, yeah. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I want to show you a gift.
Wow, everybody's a gift today, I love it.
Give this to Mom Bravo with back accounts from 2 years ago. I didn't get a chance to.
Okay.
This is an official 1966 Batman credit card.
Well, I already did the one back credit card, so I'm gonna throw my voice out and do it again, but I love it. Oh my, oh shit.
It's real.
No, first I saw the 1966, I thought it cost like $1,966. Like, what? No, I actually have a scrapbook that I'm making of these, because a lot of people give me like bad credit cards and stuff like that, so I will definitely add this to the scrapbook. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's a Howard Love oven mitt.
I got it from this something named Nerdblog. It's like the Canadian Food Crate.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Very cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
And I think we're calling on you next.
The first episode of Nostalgia that I watched was the Michael Jackson's Walker. And gentleman says,
He was in Moonwalker. Technically, Dante was. Very technically in Moonwalker. You were in Moonwalker, right? Yeah, he was actually in it. It's just get a copy signed by him when you get a chance.
the general consensus that I got from the video was the dance sequence is amazing, the acting sequence is not so much. Overall, though, as just a general movie, just your opinion of it as it holds up overall.
I mean, overall, it's not good, and it's very obvious why. It's him working through his insecurities and plastering it like he's not, and he clearly is. But I mean, I still say it's worth seeing just for a Smooth Criminal. I mean, it's just phenomenal, and all the other cool stuff like the stop motion and stuff like that. I mean, there's so much cool stuff in there to check out that I think. For me, I like watching those scenes, so I'll watch it over and over, but does it work as a whole? Probably not, but yeah, those scenes are just amazing. I think Moonwalker's better than Thriller, honestly. The Smooth Criminal is better than Thriller.
I think better than Captain EO.
But yeah, not better than Captain EO. That's the all-time.
And I remember you mentioned, especially Leaving It Alone, which you referenced. The artistry that went into it, I remember you saying during the video that you were blown away by the artistry of it, not so much the symbolism.
Yeah. What's he trying to say? Leave me alone, biggest star in the world that's making all this stuff, saying, look at me, look at me. It's like when Sarah Palin goes out saying, to the media, you should leave me alone. And then like she goes on Dancing with the Stars or something. Leave me alone. What's wrong with you? I support Donald Trump. Leave me alone. My high-pitched voice is back. I'm so happy. I couldn't do the high-pitched voice the whole week. So I'm sure I'll be gone by the end of today.
first episode I ever saw. It was one of my favorites.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. Anytime to talk about Smooth Criminal, I think it's good. So cool. Other questions? Just raise your hand here. Yeah.
So in The Cat in the Hat review, there's the scene like right before the commercial break where someone takes a bat and like nails that.
Yeah.
And the joke is that he just like the doctor, he just gives up. Is that actually how you feel watching that scene?
You know, that was a little bit more reflective of my brother when he was watching it. And no joke, I'm not making this up. When that scene happened, we were watching it, I was just confused and horrified. He grabs me like this, just gets really, really close and goes, "My God!" And he like, it was really hard, like he legitimately snapped. And we're just like, yeah, this has to be the moment where we do something big, the critic gives up or something, or goes out on a field and things, because that was like, we just didn't even get it. It was just, oh, it's so bad. That's probably the worst Dr. Seuss movie I think they did. It's saying a lot, because there's been a lot of bad ones.
Right there, no?
Oh, was it? Oh, yes.
Okay, this is for Brad. How many cases of Crystal Pepsi do you think you'll be buying? How many do you think you're gonna stock up?
I've already bought most of Springfield's stock. Quite a bit. I've got my fridge full of a lot of it. But at least now, when I run out and get more on eBay, it won't be like 20 years old or cost me a couple $100.
I had that for the first time, man. That was nasty. It was so
That was
nasty.
toilet water. We didn't have the
Yeah, except it's also called Crystal Pepsi. I'm Ecto Cooler all the way, man.
Great stuff too.
Yes. Cool. Let's do another one here. Hands out to, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Hey Brad, what was your favorite porno movie?
My favorite porno review?
Yeah.
There's one that's shot, but it's not out yet. It's coming up on Monday, and it's a Donald Trump porno spoof. So if you thought it was horrifying looking at E.T.'s dick, Strokemon, 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's got nothing on Trump having sex. That comes out Monday. It's called Donald Tramp.
The funny thing is that when he told me that, I'm like, wait, it's not called Donald Thump? And you were like, right?
Yeah.
Like, you were just waiting for that to be the title. Like,
Yeah.
oh. Tramp.
You were sitting there like, I like Trump.
We got it on tape, man. We got it on tape.
I mean, Donald Trump sounds funny.
Cool. All right, another question. Raise your hand if you got one. Yeah, right there.
You did a cameo in the French
A little louder, I'm sorry.
You did a cameo in the French adaptation of the video game
Oh, yes.
called The Joueurs Money. How did that happen?
How did I do the cameo with the French angry video game nerd, which I feel that's what everybody calls him, but that's what I call him too. First of all, super sweet guy. He just asked. He told me who he was, and you know, I looked at all the views he's got. I'm like, oh wow, this is like a guy. He has like kids' books in France, like you know, with his character on there. So yeah, he's like a super big deal. Yeah, he just asked me. I was like, yeah, sure. I don't speak French. He's like, oh, no, it's fine. You know, I was like, okay. And I think I've been in like 2 or 3 videos of his, and yeah, he's a super sweet dude. So yeah, a lot of times the answer to a lot of questions like, how did you get blank? It's like, just ask. You know, I mean, a lot of times they say no, but sometimes they say yes, and when you get that yes, it's great. So you know, sometimes you just gotta take that chance. Cool. Any other questions here? So, yes, Pearl.
Hi. I know it's not really necessarily a question. It's more of a statement. It's for all of you. I may not be the longest fan, but I'm a pretty big fan, and I just want to thank you for like 8 years of bullshit you've had to put up with. Yeah.
Thank you for the years of bullshit you had to put up with.
No, I'm kind of, this is my first time meeting you, so that's why I'm a bit nervous and
Oh, it's okay.
yeah, I just want to thank you for all the work that you put out there. It always helps me put a smile to my face. And I don't know if you saw, but I've been handing out pro points. You'll understand more when you finally get back into the vlog.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Like some pro points.
Oh, okay, I'll take whatever they are. I'll take them. Oh, are they physical?
Something that isn't Batman
Thank you.
Yeah, go trick or treat.
And
Oh, yeah.
some for Rob.
I was gonna say he would love these, yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rob is a total pro here.
Yeah, I heard it lots of stuff. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And
Oh,
then I
so
look
cool.
up
Did you
there-
draw these too?
Oh, no, these are actual screenshots from
Oh, okay.
the show. Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, thank you so much. Awesome, give it a round, everybody. That's so much. That's a great cosplay too, but
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's already falling apart, but.
Yeah, that's great to us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Very, very kind. Okay, cool, cool. Next question. What do you got here? Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to, so in your big comps review, you started the whole meme. Every time you say elephant in Burger King, here's what's thinking, so leave that there's one. How did you come up with that neat idea for the meme?
I'm trying to remember that, there was a time where I was so consumed with like having memes catch on, I'm forgetting the origin of them. I want to say it was something where something really random happens when somebody says something.
Yeah,
So I just said, it's like whenever I see elephant, the Burger King comes up, and I was just obsessed with that creepy Burger King. I thought he looked so great, and I like giving people nightmares. So that was just always the thing. And then ironically, the elephant turned into something else with the elephant in the room.
Okay, and actually I have a second thing to tell you. I told you my dad wanted to be here, but he's working for a radio station in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
By the way. And Casalona, someone will tell you what that is.
Okay.
And he wanted to recommend you, he's a big fan of your video on Amadeus. And he wanted me to bring you up, there's a German movie called Forgetting Mozart, and it's in English subtitles, because he recommends it to you because it's sort of similar to that, but it's more real based on the story.
Oh, okay. Forgetting Mozart.
No, Forget Mozart.
Oh, Forget Mozart. Okay. Forget Mozart. Okay.
It's in German, so it's somewhere on YouTube, but it has English subtitles.
Okay. No, I'll check that out. Sounds really interesting. Yeah, thanks so much. Cool, cool. Let's see. Other questions? You got one? Just raise your hand there. Yes.
Can we be friends, or that way we can all be friends and we can just hang out? I mean, we can all leave.
The way you said that was so creepy. Of course I have to be friends with you. You said that so disturbingly creepy. Of course I have to be friends with you. Distant hug. Cool. Other questions? What do we got here? I want to see if anyone has not asked a question here. Okay, we'll just go into the repeats. Yes, nerd.
Hi, good. I was wondering, first I want to say just for the heck of it, I see the Donald Trump parody up till sexy.
So the first 6 minutes.
That's what I watch for. I watch without the sex. I just watch it.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think you know the intent of porn.
The story.
I read the articles.
Actually, a question for all of you. Since you do reviews of media, do you have to worry about like copyright and do you have to look for like copyright or you just put it up and there's because you know that
Just come to our fair use panel tomorrow. That'll answer that and more information you probably need. No, it's actually kind of a big problem right now because a lot of people are overlooking fair use for it. But part of that is because fair use is a very gray area. It's not something that's very black and white and very, hey, this clearly is fair use, this clearly isn't. Well, some things are, but a lot of it isn't. It's kind of a very blurry line. So it's kind of, at the same time, YouTube and a lot of these companies don't want people just pirating their movies, so they're trying to step up their game to take any clips down. But then that's backfiring because a lot of people that are using it, like on his trailers or our stuff or whatever, are getting hit unfairly with claims and strikes and stuff like that. So that's what we're trying to get changed, and YouTube has made a few changes, which is good, but it's a long road. It's still a long road that we're trying to get this big change happening. We're hoping to sort of like, depending on what happens, move it a little bit more towards like, legal, sort of like changing law and stuff like that. But again, that's a long process. So, we'll see where it goes.
What time is it now?
Crap. Hold on.
409. Stroke of
No, not right now.
Not right now. Where's the produce bitch? You were so proud too. You're like, it is 4:09.
Who am I? Why am I here?
It's 7:00 p.m. on Saturday, and that is on the Canadian side. It's here. Yeah, it's here. Easy place to remember. So, cool. Somebody else call the next one, because I'm going to explain it.
Hi. Okay, just this is my theory, but I think the thing with the cat being bad in the morning or whatever, and him going to that.
Oh, and cat that.
I think that was I could be wrong. I think that was his happy place.
Getting kicked in the balls takes him to his happy place?
He's on the swing in the dress or whatever. I think that was his happy place. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Could be.
Like a happy meal or like something makes him dance to your happy place.
Yeah.
Oh, like it hurt so bad he had to go to his happy place to not be. Oh, it could be. I have no idea. It's still a bad joke, but you could be right. You could very well be right.
That's a question. Okay. Brad, you remember something you love, right?
Hell yeah. It's not yours?
No, but it's always your taste and everything. I was like, what do you see in that film?
It's the greatest movie ever made. Next question. The movie's just got a bunch of stuff I love. It's got exploitation, it's got big budget Hollywood Roman epic and all. The movie just gets very over the top. The movie doesn't care. It does what it wants, and it's entertaining as hell.
Should I add that to the list?
Oh hell yeah!
I've not seen it.
Make sure you get the uncut. It's one of the movies that made me want to start making exploitation.
I'm gonna let you for it because it's cool. All right. Do you have a question? Yeah. Okay. Wait, sure.
How you doing, guys?
Okay, sir.
So, I went at once before. I haven't read the rest of it. So, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. So, this is for 10 and now. Which nostalgia critic have each of you personally had most fun with? Enjoyed most?
Most fun. You want to go first?
I think the ones that I get to coolest, like most badass costumes for, like Mad Max was so much fun. I will never be that cool again in my life. And the Alice in Wonderlands, like the Malice and Wonder Woman for sure. She's coming out this weekend. I'm so excited. Wonder Woman's in this movie. Yeah, those are my faves.
Yeah, for me it's like when I get to play like wacky or overblown characters like Carrot Juice, Black Rabbit, or Black Willy Wonka.
I really should expand the roles the more I think about it.
Black Axel Foley.
But yeah, like characters that are just like weird and kooky, or like the Moody Brothers, anything that lets me like explore my reading.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man. All right. Nice. Yes.
This question's for Brad, but first off, I absolutely love your talking vagina reviews.
Thank you. It'd be great if it just ended before the word reviews. I love your talking vagina, Brad. Thank you.
Like that, and then duos are like square to be your reviews of yours.
Thank you.
Which talking vagina movie was your favorite?
What a great job.
Yeah. I love explaining my job to my family. Pussy Talk. Of course, that would be the title. That was the second one I saw. The first one was a movie called Chatterbox. And that movie was terrible. I'm like, this is dumb and annoying. And so I had to watch another one, and it was Pussy Talk. So I went into it with low expectations and started watching it. It was like, this one's really not that bad. It's kind of like avant-garde and kind of cool like that. Yeah, I actually didn't mind that one.
And like Angel Above, Devil Below, was that just kind of like that for you?
Oh, that one was entertaining. Yeah, I remember that one because it was like that, but it was like an Exorcist porno ripoff thing. Like, yeah, that one was kind of entertaining from what I remember about it.
Cool. Thanks so much. Let's see. Other questions? You gotta raise your hand. Let's see. Let's do. Let's do blue shirt.
What's your process for coming up with a secondary character? So like the devil, super fangirl, like what's your process for bringing them into the script or design?
it's usually trying to find a way to make the review, like to find a different way to tell a review outside of me just sitting in front of a wall saying, I hate it, you know. If you can sort of use like a character or a song or a story or something like that, it's just more fun. I feel you have this medium, this video medium where it's like, it's a visual medium. And you have these options, why not take advantage of them, especially now that I have 2 weeks to work on them. But with, which is not to say, obviously there are videos where I will just be in front of the wall and just say I hate it. Yeah, if I have that opportunity to sort of expand a little bit and sort of, I can make a point better about a movie with a character, or like I said, a song or a story, why not do it? So, yeah, I mean, and sometimes I knew like, with the devil, I mean, it was very, and devil and evil Lynn, it was just, Son of the Mask was so bad, we just made a joke that this is what the devil shows his kid. Like this is a kid's movie in hell. And we're just, let's do that. Let's just show the devil showing his kid this movie. And that sort of spiraled from that. With Hyper Fangirl, we found out about like the once-lers, once-lings, I forget what they're called. And and then like, I kind of knew this idea of this Hyper Fangirl I would bring back because I sort of liked the idea of like, I knew she would come back for other reviews talking about fandoms. I like the idea of like never done anything romantic with the critic before, so that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, it's just sort of playing all that stuff and just looking at options and seeing what works and what doesn't. Some of them I really thought I'd get a lot more longevity out of, like the mosquitoes from Jurassic Park. I was like, I'm gonna use these guys so much. I think recently I finally used them again in Wild Wild West. It was like, what, 3 years since after? I thought I was gonna use them so many times. So it just kind of depends. I try to keep it like, have it come from the review and not as much like, hey, I just want to do this for no reason. I want it to connect to the review if possible.
And then there's Melvin.
And then there's Melvin, the most classic of characters. For those who don't know, Melvin was like kind of my first big bomb. It was like called Melvin Brother the Joker. It's supposed to be a vlog series where I'm the least successful brother of the Joker, and like I'm just talking about my evil plans and how they never go anywhere. And I guess it sounds a little funny, but it wasn't. And everyone always regards that as like we just made a joke. It's like the worst thing I've done. It's like that and Bart's Nightmare are like the two. Yeah. So thanks for bringing that up.
I told you it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. No, my mom told me it wasn't going to work. Yeah. Because we were watching all the videos and stuff, and we watched it. I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, that sucked. I was like, I'll prove you wrong. And she was right. So, cool. Other questions? Let's see. Yeah.
This is like Nicolas Cage one question. When you decided to do The Wicker Man, you knew you had to cover It's Dr. Bees, It's Dr. Bees. It's been done a million times, so is there a story behind how you came up with the idea for the episode? Is there any pressure in coming up with something that hasn't been done a million times?
I mean, you kind of answered it. The reason I did it that way, well, one, it'd be a great introduction for Tamara. But the other reason is just, it's been done so often. It's like, how do you talk about it? Just everybody's talked about it, but I can't not talk about it. So this is like a good way, to sort of work it in to make it look like it's not going to happen. And then she appears in the credits and she's in the makeup. It's like, talk about the not the bee sequence. No. And then we have the meme. Not the memes. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just trying to find a different angle that everyone else hasn't done. If you can't offer anything new, then why are you doing it? So that's why with some of these movies, like I say, no, I don't want to do that because I feel like I can't offer anything to it. Like, why haven't you done Phantom Menace? Because everything that can be said about it has been said. But that's why I also did the top of all the good Star Wars moments, because it's like, nobody ever talks about the good stuff in the prequels, and there are a few good things. Few. But, they're there. So, it's always kind of trying to find that point of view that can be interesting. So cool. Another question. Just raise a hand if you got it. Yeah.
This might be obvious, but between all of you, what is the worst foreign rip-off movie that you've seen?
There's foreign rip-off. This is probably more business.
Yes, probably.
The worst movie that I've sat through on the site was a movie called Nookie, which was where was that from? Like South Africa, maybe? And it was an E.T. ripoff. And it was this horrifying looking thing with snot coming out of his nose, and it was like put together an editing, and they'd have like a voiceover just on a building that the voiceover would say like, "Here we are at the Institute, nothing important happening." I'm not watching this. It was so bad that it took me a couple days to get through. It did. Like I halfway through, I'm like, I gotta go outside and like rethink some shit. I'll get back to this tomorrow. So far, that's the worst thing I've said.
I actually saw that too. It didn't seem like the scenes at the Institute versus the outdoor forest scenes or whatever it was. It didn't seem like two entirely different movies that just had nothing.
Yeah, because I think that there's something about that movie where a lot of it was a 2-year process or something like that, and it had like 7 editors. Something crazy. Like it was one of those that was released a couple of years after a bulk of it was shot. And you can tell when looking at it.
So how about you guys? You ever seen like an obvious rip-off movie that just...
I've never seen. Tamara's never seen.
Never seen Yuki.
Tamara's never seen Yuki.
The ones I've seen are like Turkish Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Or Little Panda Fighter. I mean, those are just, Little Panda Fighter is a rip-off of Kung Fu Panda. It's amazingly bad. Like, it's like some CG from like 1990. And it's really weird. But yeah, those two resonate.
You know, I really don't see these, but I know my answer. The middle. It's ripping off Malcolm in the Middle. I really hate the show. Just the middle. I'll say that's my answer, because I love Malcolm in the Middle. The fact that that show is successful, and everyone's like, yeah, I'm falling for this, yeah. It just pisses me off, because Malcolm in the Middle is so good. And this show is just such an obvious, not funny, not inventive ripoff. And for some reason, people are falling for it, so I don't get it. But yeah, that's my answer.
Didn't you show me a Turkish Rambo?
Oh yeah,
Turkish Rambo. Yeah,
Turkish Rambo's great.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Turkish Star Wars.
Yeah. So cool. All right. Other questions. Let's see. Yeah.
Did you know that the nostalgia critic and the Angry Video Gamer actually made a cameo in anime?
Yeah, we know the anime we're in. Yeah, we actually, if you look online, we actually recreated the shot of us standing from the anime. Just doing the so yeah, if you go, it's on my Facebook. If you type in like nostalgia angry video gamer anime and like real picture, you'll see us. We tried very hard to get like the exact pose for it. I remember I was visiting and I said, look, I was like, I don't want to film anything. I don't want to do critic and everything, but there's one picture I really want to take. I said, I just think people will love it. And he's like, okay, and we just worked really hard to recreate that. So yeah, you can find that online. I don't know why we're in that. I think they're just fans, but it's like, I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay. While we were originally on the topic of foreign music remakes, my model will tell you how fast this on Netflix. I saw it on DVD at a Blockbuster, which is the grocery store in Canada. It's a Chinese foreign ripoff of Kung Fu Panda. It's better than Little Panda Fighter, actually.
There's so many Kung Fu Panda ripoffs. It's so weird.
I saw one called Chop Kick Panda. The box cover is a shot from Kung Fu Panda. They couldn't even get their own box cover.
Okay, anyways, it has Johnny here, and of all people, Rebecca Black is the love interest in the movie.
Yes, that's the worst.
It's called Legend of the Kung Fu Rabbit.
Sold.
That's the worst.
You sound like
My mom's the part, she will tell you how bad this is. It's sort of like Kung Fu Panda, but the rabbit has like a really annoying voice. It's like a more stupider version of the drill guy from The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
You don't really know what they're saying. One part where they're saying you search the south, it sounds like you suck yourself.
I look forward to not seeing it.
It's on Netflix.
I look forward to totally skipping past that, looking for something.
It's on Netflix, even the Canadian Netflix, because Canadian Netflix is practically empty.
Cool. Well, cool. I will definitely not watch that. So cool. Thanks, though. Other questions? Right there? Yeah. I haven't seen it in a theater, but I can say the worst anime film I've seen is Food Fight. It's just, yeah, it's awful. It's awful. How about you guys?
in the theater. Man, that's tough. I can say this year, this wouldn't be of all time, but this year there was a movie out in January called Norm of the North. It's all about a dancing bear who becomes a hit dancer in New York because he's there to stop a real estate company from developing condos in the Antarctic, which seems like it'd be a problem that'd work itself out. They sent the polar bear there to stop them and his lemmings that are supposed to be like the minions. That was, I think we were the only ones in the theater for that. Of the animated movies out this year, that one was special.
I mean, Tamara?
I don't know. I like everything. So I kind of enjoy it. I can't think of a bad one that I've seen. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Did you see Romeo and Juliet?
I did see Romeo and Juliet.
It's not a cartoon, but I always say every time you're like, I like everything. I always say Princess Diaries too.
Yeah, no.
That's okay.
In theaters, I guess the closest is the recent Ice Age movie, like Ice Age 36 or whatever. I'm like, they're really just milking that series now.
Dude, I was there by myself in the theater seeing that, the one that just came out.
Yeah, the one that just came out.
I was there by myself in that theater, and I was sitting in the very, very back. And the movie didn't start, so I had to get up and say, like, hey, do you mind starting the movie? Okay, so where I was sitting in the back was right below where the window is to the projector, and I could hear, like, the manager on the other side of the wall said, is there really just one guy in there? Yeah, you start my movie or not?
How about you, Dan?
I like it, I don't see an animated thing unless I think I'm going to like it. But Doug showed me one, I think it was from a TV series. The Grandma Got Run Over.
Oh, Grandma Got Run Over. Oh, she just got run over, as you heard. Oh, 8 Crazy Nights, there you go.
I guess that would be my answer.
Cool. All right, other questions. Let's see, someone I haven't heard of Richard.
All right. I have a big huge question for you, Doug.
Okay, it's your big huge question.
Two questions. Are you going to do a number we were experiment? Since there's not a lot of upcoming films, the more upcoming films are DreamWorks.
Yeah, I mean, depending if they keep making films, but we'll see. I don't know if there's enough to fill up a month, but there have been a few I haven't gotten to, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, by the way, big huge fear for DreamWorks including Trolls.
It looks bad, but you never know. I thought Kung Fu Panda looked bad. That was really good. So.
And the second one, since I'm a huge Dragons fan, like Dungeons & Dragons series, and the third one's coming up on like 2018, 2019, are you going to do a review of the first one? Second,
which one? I'm sorry.
The first Dungeons & Dragons movie.
Oh, the Training Dragons?
2, and the TV series.
I haven't seen the TV series. I did like a sibling rivalry of 2. We liked it fine. We thought it was good. Yeah. I feel bad it didn't get as much. It didn't perform as well as they were hoping. I think that's kind of sad. But no, I thought it was a good follow-up. It was a good movie, and yeah, I haven't seen the TV series. I'm sure it's fine.
It's really good.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Who knows? So cool. Thanks a lot. Let's see. Other questions? Anyone has not asked a question particularly? Yeah, go question. Hey, you gotta talk a little louder. I'm sorry.
Worst movie we reviewed on a crossover?
Oh, worst movie we reviewed on a crossover? Was that? Let's see. That's. I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think of like all the crossovers. Which one?
Smurfs.
The Smurfs was pretty bad. Yeah, are you talking about me and Brad, or are you talking about just crossovers in general? Oh, yeah, Brad.
I would so rather watch Leprechaun and Sharknado than The Passion.
Yeah, I'll say that. I really hate The Passion. With a passion.
That's such a great sentence.
Yeah, I really hate The Passion. I hated it when it came out, and I'm glad that now people are looking back, like, oh, like this is kind of sick. You know, I'm glad now they're kind of seeing it because I love Jesus movies. I love you know, A Great Story Ever Told, and I think there's a lot that can be done. I think those are beautiful stories, and if they're done right, they're just so powerful. And then this one's just this sadist comes along. It's just I just want to see him get whipped and kicked, and people are just like, that was beautiful. Why? That is so creepy. So yeah.
But JonTron was great at it. Wonderful cameo.
So yeah, that was nice because years ago I saw it and I really didn't like it, and it was during that split of people either loved it or hated it, and it was nice finally kind of taking all those thoughts and both verbalizing it and visualizing it with the Passion of the Santa Christ.
Yes.
Actually, I want to say another con that Corey ran, Midwest Media Expo. We were at a panel and somebody said, "Are you ever going to do Passion of the Christ?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know." We both hate that movie. So he just said Passion of the Santa Christ. And we're like, "Oh,
yeah, right." Dude, let's beat the shit out of Santa Christ for like a half hour.
Yeah, it was just like this is we have to do this.
He bleeds maple syrup.
Yeah, it just wrote itself. It was amazing. Yeah.
And the one thing we remember the most too about the Passion is like when he invents the table.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
yeah.
Thanks Jesus, you made the table. Right from the scripture. And Mary saying, "It'll never catch on." Har har.
So it's like a sitcom joke in the middle of a snuff film.
Yeah, that's the one. That's definitely the one. Cool. All right. All right. Another question. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got too many questions.
How you doing?
Okay, I'll start about bad animated films. Okay, this is what this is your brilliant film. Have any of you seen Kubo and Two Strings?
Yes. No, I want to. I got sick, so there's a lot of films I wasn't able to see. I really want to see that. I really want to see Sausage Party. Both of those I heard. Really, the animated films are the ones that are holding up well and not bombing this year. You know, even the ones that like, with the exception of Civil War, like the ones that have like the big box, the big opening weekends, like second weekends, like they just dive to a point where, you know, if they don't bomb, they're like close to bombing. And I feel like the animated films this year are the ones that are like staying above, and even if they're not number one, like they make the money back and word of mouth, and people are talking about it.
Except Norm of the North.
Even the word of mouth has a lot of people saying don't see it. Yeah, I feel like the animated films, those are continuing to get stronger and stronger, I feel like. So no, I have not seen it. I very much want to. And yeah, no, that's all I hear. Well, I love that company. Well, what you were saying about it, where it's like it's owned by like a billionaire. So.
Yeah, it's like a lot of it's financed. The guy who directed Kubo and the Two Strings, like he works with that company, and his dad is like the CEO of Nike, so they can do what they want. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever, so maybe this one didn't do great at the box office. Whatever, I'm the CEO of Nike. So they can, like, you know, they make the movies that they want to make in the style they want to make. Some of their movies are kind of awesomely dark in parts, like Kubo and the Two Strings, so they make damn good products.
Well, I think it's nice too because that means, you know, everything has to be based on something, a comic, or it has to have a fan base already. And those don't. Those are totally original ideas, and they can take that risk because I guess they have the money anyway. And I really think in the long term, even if one of those films doesn't financially do well, I think in the long term it's going to make its money back because I think that's going to be like years later, they're going to be like, do you remember that film, that weird film? I want to see that again. You know, as an adult, it's going to be like the Return to Oz syndrome kind of thing, where it's like, was that really as dark and crazy as I remember? So I think in the long term, those are going to be big cult hits, especially. I think they already are starting to be.
Especially because Kubo, I saw it last week, is the best movie this year. So
I want to see it. I really want to see it. Thank you. Even more reason to check it out. So yes, Dante.
What's it like playing so many different characters, especially within one video?
Oh man. Yeah, this is probably a good question for all of us, honestly. My dad will tell you when I was younger, I have friends and stuff, but I couldn't really get that many to come and film stuff with me because it's like, no, we want to do stuff like outside and socialize and be human beings. So like a lot of stuff I would just film alone. I have me talking to me, talking to me, talking to me, and I didn't have an editor, so I get a shot of me talking, cut it, and then take off the wig, put on a different outfit, film the other half of me. Yeah, exactly. Cut it, take off the wig, put the other outfit on, and so just getting the costume on, I remember what the character is, and I just kind of had that training, so I'm already pretty good at talking to myself. It sounds crazy, but yeah, and it's just fun. And the characters usually come to be they're very simple characters, but they're very extreme and fun characters. So yeah, no, it's just a lot of fun to do. What you?
Yeah, like on the Snob, I've been doing the Snob series now for like 10 years. So now it's like, it's easy. I can do it like that into whatever character I'm playing on that series. At first, when I first started the show, it took a while for me to get like the hang of doing comedy or finding some sort of comedic voice, because I was at the time more used to doing, like, my movie roles are much darker than the roles on the internet, like the Snob. Like, anytime I've been, I'm usually like a serial killer or something really dark, and that's kind of what I was used to before I did the Cinema Snob. And then in doing that took getting used to playing different types of parts, like some really dark thriller versus here's this goofy guy talking about an exploitation. So now that I've been doing it for 10 years, though, it's fun going back and forth between, like, well, it's been a while since I played a bad guy in a movie, but it's fun doing the comedic roles, like on the Cinema Snob, and even kind of playing up craziness of those roles, because the movies are so crazy. So I like playing different types of characters, from comedic to dramatic.
Yeah, like I was recently I was in Anne Frank in Chicago, and like one day after a show, I had to go film with Doug, and he was like, "Oh, well, today you're gonna play a mosquito and foam at the mouth." And like, it's a really cool contrast to like the different aspect of like theater versus a Doug Walker production.
Doug Walker's Anne Frank.
Doug Walker's Anne Frank.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We're all just visualizing Anne Frank the musical. It's
So
gorgeous.
Like Lindsay and Frank.
There you go. Yes.
Nice tap number.
Oh, well, you get to really delve into like the psychology behind acting, like theater of the mind, you know, like method versus Meisner. Because when you're playing multiple characters and seeing what aspects you have to like draw out of yourself, it's essentially like an extension of yourself. So you're kind of like, you know, pulling out, you know, this character's angry, you know, how angry are you? How well can you, portray the anger of this character? It becomes fascinating because it's like, depending on how well you can pull off this character, it's like, you know, sort of like a part of you almost. So I just find it really fun. It's fun getting into that aspect of it.
It's scary for me. I played like 8 serial killers.
That was literally the devil.
How about you, Dan?
Well, unfortunately, I can't call on the method like Malcolm can. When I play characters, it's the GITD characters. Basically, Doug will say, go to Rob and say, "We're doing Star Wars. I want you to dress up like B. Arthur and sing." And Rob says, GITD, that means give it to Dad. And so basically, I get Rob's hand-me-down, so I've been that character, and I was Ozzy Osbourne.
I was gonna say you were the first choice, Ozzy Osbourne.
That's true.
I didn't even ask Rob because I knew he'd say no.
There you go. But it's fun because Doug always tries to give me something that is weird. I don't think I've ever played anyone straight on there.
Probably the closest is like Brian Cox.
Oh yeah, Brian Cox.
Yeah. Which is just like.
Yeah, Doug says, "How long can you talk without understanding any words?" And so I said, you know, he's going to do Pixels, and so he says, "Say something to me." And he says, "That's great, you got the part." So,
Cool. All right. Other questions? You gotta raise your hand. Anyone have not heard from? Okay, I've heard from everyone. So let's do it. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Speaking of North in the North, for school I was forced to go skip for a field trip.
What, Norm of the North?
Yes.
What kind of awful school is that as a field trip?
I went there anyways because I knew my friends were going for some reason, and yeah, when we had to write a review about it at one point, and I just did this like 2-page long horrible review about it, inspired by you. Except I couldn't say half of my opinion.
But not the swear words anyway.
2-page thing of it, and so I don't know if you're watching this, why do you make me cry?
So Coco, yeah, still haven't seen it. My school showed us the Butter Creek. Coco, all right, other questions. What do we got here? Let's do, in the back there, what's your?
This one's for Brad. Are you planning to do anything for the 10th anniversary of the Snobs? I think we'd like to play live.
Yeah, I mean, the 400th episode will be sometime in 2017. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. I've got to narrow it down to a few things. Not 100% sure what it's going to be, but yeah, whenever I do the 400th episode, that'll be also like the 10-year anniversary episode. That'll be fun to do. Show the news for 10 years.
Malcolm was just like, wow. No, no blowing it.
It is interesting how many episodes he's up to. It's really 400. Yeah.
So you do, yeah, like it.
This one's for Brad. Brad, I contacted with recently regarding your ending done Christian films. Yes, I've been showing around this who's currently attending Catholic school. She found the one, was it the Crime of the Century? Crime of the Age?
Oh, Crime of the Age, yeah.
She found that hilarious. But also, are you ever going to do God's Not Dead too?
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, as a recommendation, because prior to this, I attended Colorado, and Yamada Haga was there, and she recommended the movie to me, and I think it would be up your alley.
Yeah.
Called Remake by the director of it's called Doug Phillip. It's an anime junk Christian film about a snuff film.
Right on.
Sounds right up his alley.
Yeah. I'll check that out.
Cool. Gotta go pro again.
Not to focus the attention on Brad, but subject matter of pornos that you really like to see done, whether it be like anything from a book, television show, or subject matter in general done in porn.
Oh, John, that's a good question. I remember that had like Caligula been successful at the box office, their next movie was going to be on Catherine the Great. That would have been interesting. I want to see some alternate universe where Caligula was like a theatrical success, and then here's a batshit Catherine the Great movie. Maybe they'll do that someday.
Exactly the one I want to see. A guy in the orange shirt, he has a Clockwork Orange, a super ultra violence with Super Mario Brothers 3. I would love to see that movie. Or even a game. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? The soundtrack's nothing but singing in the rain. Cool. All right. Other questions. Let's see. Yeah, Richard.
I have a question. This is for you, Doug Walker. Will you do a review of Strange Magic?
Oh, is that the Lucas?
Yeah.
The other Lucas Bob? I should say others, yeah, a couple. I heard of it. The movies I'm trying to do, in terms of like newer ones, I want them to have some nostalgic connection to like a Batman or a Star Wars. Like, we grew up with that, obviously, so I like kind of comparing them. But every once in a while, I like to do something a little like, especially for like a special occasion or something like that. So maybe that is kind of like, I've gotten that a lot, I've gotten Norm of the North a lot, so maybe I'll wait for kind of like the next special occasion to do one of those movies.
Another question for both of you. What is your funniest
But both, what?
Yeah, both of you, all of you.
Okay. You know, both is more than less than all, right?
Well, what is your funniest moment in any episode of Nostalgia Fair?
Funniest moment we've ever done. It's a toss-up for me. the Mara Wilson is one of the biggest. She has a book coming out in September. Check that out. I don't think I'm in it, but check it out. But it's sort of a toss between that and then in the Batman Superman review, there's one joke, I think it's just perfectly timed when me and Joe are talking about why we hate each other. It's the exact same reasons. You know, they make no sense. And, you know, and I say, I hate you because you're responsible for a ton of deaths. He says, you're responsible for a ton of deaths. And I say, that's ridiculous. I value human life more than anybody does. And I throw a bangarang, shoot a guy, push a button, and run him over with the Batmobile without even turning around and looking at the people. And it's just the most perfectly timed bit of like, it's like right out of a cartoon, and I can watch that a million times and just keep laughing at it. I thought that worked out so well. And the fact that just Joe and I still are keeping the anger and the passion looking at each other while just not looking at them and pushing the button, and just so perfect. So it's a toss-up between those two. The Team 4-star 50 Shades of Grey is also very funny. How about you guys?
Anytime I get to do Harrison Ford, especially like in the holiday special thing with the like, I know it's an important day. Honestly, when we had to do that hug from Princess Leia and Han Solo, I was laughing my ass off. So, because it was like we had this goofy dialogue, and then it was just the and then serious like Force Awakens embrace like that was fun to do.
I think one of my favorite times on set was we were doing the Happening review and Malcolm ate oranges. And we created this entire like sitcom based around Malcolm as like the superhero who eats oranges.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna make this a thing.
That's amazing.
I just popped a whole orange in my mouth.
Yeah, he improvised that. Then we just kept working the oranges in whenever we could, and they were just like, wait, he shoots lasers out of his eyes with the oranges. Like, it's gonna be a superhero. It's gonna be a huge thing, and we just kept going.
It was so funny.
I think we were high or something because we were just like, this sounds amazing. It's like looking back years later, like, yeah, just not that great.
It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, it was so funny in that moment.
It was so good.
One of the funniest moments was during the Event Horizon review, and it was like right after the doctor had discovered that hell had been shoved up the critic's ass, and so it was just like a little subtle like callback humor. Like he was just pointing, explaining to us with his gloves on, his surgical gloves on, and we're just like all like inching back.
Yeah, because it's been on my ass.
Yeah, and so like it was just so funny because like Jim, he's so hilarious.
Anything Jim does.
Yeah, he's very
So
subtle.
funny.
Like every improvised line he made, he just had a hard time keeping it together. It's just so funny.
Yeah, we didn't have to do that take a lot.
Yeah.
Well, because at first it was like, you know, he'd be like, you know, you're like, really? And he's supposed to be like, you know, yes, my friend, or something like that. And he'd be like, you know, yes, my friend. It's like, yes, my friend. It just got more and more with everything. How about you?
I loved working behind the scenes when we were able to pull something off. We worked very hard on makeup, costume, wig, and everything. And when Doug emerged from the makeup chair for the Hocus Pocus review, and to see him, and everyone kept on saying, "Where did you get those great Bette Midler teeth?"
Shows my teeth. Oh, really, darling?
I love that.
Even my aunt was like, those aren't your real teeth. Like, no, they are. Watch. So and that was exciting when we did that. When I looked in the mirror, it's like, oh my god, this is actually working. Like I'm actually looking like her.
Because before we had like some fake teeth.
Yeah.
I had some fake teeth, but they weren't as good as what Doug did.
Yeah, mine looked bigger.
And Tamara with her wig and her droopy mouth. I mean, you did that Kathy and Jamie thing perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought of it when Jar Jar Binks kept stepping in shit.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Holy crap!
Okay, so we just have this thing when we're doing The Force Awakens where it's like no matter what, Jar Jar always somehow steps in poo. You know, he'll step in poo, where'd that come from? Then he'll hand something, his hand somehow got in poo, you know, and then he'll put his elbow somehow in poo, you know, it always happens. And the first time we did it, like, I think we're even like, you know, the review is kind of shot and done. We're telling Brad, like, yeah, it was like around Christmas, so we're like,
Yeah.
we have some really good Christmas lights around the neighborhood. We can show you while we're shooting stuff. No, I just want to see Jar Jar.
Yeah, this literally, I was in like this just somehow hit my sweet spot of just.
He was like filming it on
I
the
was
side on
in
his
tears
phone.
because Jar Jar was in overalls and he'd stepped in shit and went like, oh, Pusa. I'm in tears. And Rob said to me like, hey, you want to, while they're shooting that, do you want to see these Christmas lights down the street? And I'm like, you know, I gotta see Jar Jar step in this shit. I'm sorry. This is just doing it for me.
Cool. All right. Other questions here. Yeah.
I was going to thank Miss Vera. Is there any way we can get a Dorothy impression?
Dorothy. Oh yeah.
You have to project it.
What should I say? Oh no, Toto. Oh Toto. Mommy, Dorothy.
Let's see. Yeah.
What was the funniest thing that happened during filming? Like shut down production, could not take it.
Like the funniest thing happened during filming. I'm trying. That's always.
Jar stepping in shit.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's hard for you guys answer first. I'm really having trouble with that.
Something that shut down.
No, I mean not shut down, but like, you know, it's just making us laugh so hard. Like we gotta do it a million times.
I mean, like.
Honestly, that, like, for me, the Event Horizon.
The Event Horizon,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
he would, like, you know, like, touch our face or something, and I would just die. Just die laughing.
There was one time when I had to foam at the mouth. We're like, we've got one take of this, and Malcolm starts laughing. And I'm just sitting there with like foam coming out of my mouth. That was a good one.
When we were the Mythbusters guys.
Oh, that's right. When we did the Mythbusters for whatchamacallit, for the Sharknado review, because we were both really shocked how much we were looking like. And just the contrast between them, and we were just.
I'm gonna take Jack Daniels and kill myself.
I'm just there, like, you know, eating. And yeah, we were just like, I think because if we didn't see what we looked like beforehand, we probably would have gotten through it fine. But I think because we knew what we looked like, we're like, oh god, this is really funny. Because I'm just so energetic. Yeah, let's go. Like, he's just sitting there, like, just totally still with the mustache.
I was thinking that, Adam.
And my favorite is just, hey, everybody's wondering, can you set a swimming pool of sharks on fire? Like, who the hell is wondering that?
We had to do that all time.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Losing our shit.
Yeah, okay, that was really good. How about you, Dad?
No.
Okay. This is a fountain of information. Okay. Okay. Other questions? See, anyone I have not heard from yet? I haven't heard from you. Yes.
I have a question for that.
For me?
Yeah.
Are you dressed as 80s Dave?
I am.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome, man. Really cool.
You did that kind of smile go.
I got a question for you about the Cinema Stop DC.
Yeah.
I was listening to the audio commentary by Doug and Rob, and they were just burying the movie, saying how bad it was. And then it got revealed about halfway through that you actually asked them to do it purposely. So I'm like infuriated with a couple of my friends who are big fans. So actually, you know, Brett asked us to do this, and I'm thinking, why would he ask them to do this? Like purposely to kill this movie that I love. So what was the deal with that? Why did you do them?
It was just like, yeah, I just sent an email. I was like, would you guys be up for doing like a comedy commentary track? Like a riff, like a riff commentary track?
Yeah.
That was it. Like I thought, I watched it, laughed my ass off.
Well, we really liked the movie.
They're like, oh well, this will be funny because it'll just be them like making jokes. But no, it was like them intentionally burying the movie.
It's making jokes. I mean, we like the movie. Well, we actually found it very, very funny.
And we do that on our show too, on our shows too. Like,
yeah, I'll totally make fun of my films. I actually have a whole DVD that's doing nothing but making fun of my anniversary movies as the nostalgia critic. And I'm pointing out legitimate problems and saying why it's bad and stuff like that, but I still like them. I mean,
yeah, like considering what we do for a living, it's like you also gotta laugh at yourself.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah.
In reference to that, I also want to ask you, Paranoia. It's another movie that I love, and every time you bring out the movie, you kind kind of put it down for yourself. Like, oh, I could write another movie. Yeah, you always say how bad it's annoying.
I don't. I mean, I'm glad when people like it, but for me, that movie, it's a movie I wrote like in the late '90s.
What's wrong with it?
With Paranoia. If I wrote it in the late '90s, and to me, it feels like when I watch it, and that's just from the point of view of just me, because I wrote the script, or I wrote, and I see it, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of things I would have done differently if I wrote it now versus back then, because I can see a lot of qualities about it where I'm like, this is pretentiously 90s. I would have given it a few more passes. Honestly, the deal with that movie is Ryan, who directed it and produced it, wanted a script, something fairly low budget, to be his first directorial movie. And I said, like, I've got this script that's been in my drawer for like 20 years. I was like, do you want it? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I gave it to him, and he produced it and made it. And so if it were something that I directed, maybe I would have probably given it an entire script rewrite, because I kind of just look at all the flaws when I see that movie. But I am glad when people like it. Like, I love it. Oh, thank you. Oh, I like when I did an alternate cut of it called the writer's cut.
I saw that online.
I actually don't mind that. Like I
haven't seen that.
Yeah, like that one I enjoy, because it's kind of more like something I would have done with it maybe if I rewrote it a few more times. So that one I don't mind.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, another question. Anyone has not asked a question yet. I think everybody did. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. What's your opinion on Fuller House?
He's seen it. I've just seen the trailer. I'll give it this, because I'm assuming the trailer's a lot like the show. I'll give it credit that it is exactly what it promises. It really is that same awful humor, that same all the gorgeous people in one place, and the problems that are not real problems.
More
really.
stupid meta humor added to it. Like,
yeah.
Where are those corny violins coming from?
That's in his episode, before the episode, we get to the masturbation joke.
There's a masturbation joke in there?
Yeah. The kid was making a paper mache volcano, and he comes downstairs saying, sorry I'm late, I was up all night up to a volcano.
Yeah, and like, there's weird stuff in it. There's one part where like, shenanigans are happening, and then all of a sudden Stephanie starts crying and says, I can't have children. That got the biggest laugh out of me of the whole series, and it really shouldn't have.
The worst thing is, every one of my classes loved the show.
Or?
The original and Fuller. What's wrong with
I basically said, like, if you like the original series, you'll probably like it, but I wasn't even a fan of the original.
And every time I base my opinion, they always unleash their anger Stephanie saying,
forget it, dude.
You're in big trouble, mister.
And second of all, I don't know when next we're going to do another commercials video.
November, we always do that.
Oh, great. Well, anyways, on the top, if you're going to do another Canadian commercial, you plan on doing the one on the house hippo?
As people have brought up the house hippo, I don't get it. I've watched a couple, I'm just like, they're like, talk about what? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The house hippo. Yes? That's it. I don't get it. So maybe I will, maybe that's part of it, maybe I can work that in, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And also, can we get a bum voice?
Oh, God bless you, sir. Thank you. I try very hard on you. Thank you. Change! I'm impressed I can do that with my voice, honestly. Let's see, let's do, yeah.
Have you seen the newest commercial from Canada about texting and driving?
Wait, I might...
Oh, I feel like
Is that the one where the person's texting and then they're just suddenly, like, in a hospital?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was very effective. The other ones, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, Canada. But that one, I was just like, that's really effective. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, if I'm at a stoplight, I might text a little bit, like, if I need to, but, like, actually driving and looking down, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, that is, like, that's just inexcusable.
Like 10 seconds, and it's just like I'm driving, and it just
Yeah, kaboom, and then you see him flat on the hospital bed, and like he's paralyzed and stuff like that. I thought that was very well done, honestly.
We like the ones in the 70s.
Oh, which ones in the 70s?
Like the do you know where your wife is?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I actually thought it was pretty well done, honestly. Pearl.
Two small things. One, if you do Canadian ad again for the November one, I think it'd be really fun if did the Stay Alert, Stay Bunnies. It's like,
What is it? Stay Alert, Stay Bunnies?
Like Stay Alert, Stay Safe, and it's two bunnies by the harbor. And finally, something wholesome. Something that I live with the stereotype. Something along those lines might be humorous for a change instead of sick Canada.
Okay, I mean, I love Canada, but I think people catch on that that's the joke. That really Canada is like the good neighbor to the North. America's like the rowdy jerks. You know, I mean, it's like every joke we make about Canada is because we know you're better than us in many respects.
The question is for Mr. Walker. What was your favorite behind the scenes thing to do, whether it be makeup production, anything that you've done behind the scenes? What do you think was your favorite thing to do?
You know, I could be a Mr. Walker too. I'm just saying.
She wants the first.
The first Mr. Walker.
Yes. Let's see. We did when we did the Star Wars stuff. Jim and I had to build the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. We had to play around. Oh, this was good. The BB-8 character, which appeared to be about half camera size, was actually a little bitty thing that Rod had, and you control it with your cell phone. So we're all sitting around at dusk down there, and Jim is trying to control this thing, and it won't control. It's just taking off this way, that way, and all everything. So finally, Jim says, "I've had enough of this." He says, "I'm just going to hit automatic," which we did. The thing rolls onto the set, stops in front of Doug with the camera on the floor, turns, rolls right up to him, and looks at it, does a few things like that, goes back.
It was perfectly in frame. Like, this thing is alive.
Yeah.
And that was like and when it was done, we just sort of looked at each other like, oh, that was a better actor than any of us. So, guys, that's because our voices are given and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If there's a question you didn't get asked, or there's any autographs you want from us, we're going to do a signing over on the American side. And I think it's here 7 or 7:30. Look at your programs.
You'll see us big nostalgia critics.
Yeah,